So welcome back. Basically what we're going to be talking about in this video is finding sources for your videos. Now, if we go back to the Dirty Mongrel, essentially this is obviously focused on news, current affairs. In particular, the primary focus is the United Kingdom, politics in the UK itself. But you'll see every now and again that I have things that are, general breaking news throughout the world. Now, obviously, the UK Brexit has been a huge issue in the UK. You've had pretty much every single politician in Britain talking and discussing Brexit before the actual referendum itself. And post-Brexit now, it's still a real talking point. Essentially, every economist has been talking about what has been happening. You had the resignation of David Cameron, a new prime minister coming in. So there's a lot of different news stories coming out as a result of Brexit. And this is an opportunity, well, it was an opportunity that people could capitalize on, specifically news channels on YouTube. So let's talk about exactly what sort of area that you can focus on. There's a couple of different things that you can do. You can go for a wide net and capture videos from loads of different sources, or you can go in a more specific niche, sub-niche or micro niche inside of YouTube news itself. And I'll show you an example right now. If we type in Robin Hood UKIP. Now this is a channel. If you don't know what UKIP is the UK Independence Party, and the leader of it was Nigel Farage. He's not anymore, but if we have a look at this particular channel, you can see that he has a decent amount of views. He uploads on a fairly regular basis, and the primary audience of this is right-wing and people who like Nigel Farage, essentially. So this was a sort of pro-Brexit channel. It's been running for a lot longer. You can see that the chap who runs this, he has about 25,000 subscribers. He's got his own Twitter, bit of social media here and there, and Facebook account. But you can see that this particular person is probably making a decent amount of income per day and per month. I'd estimate maybe about £1,000 plus per month, but that's just a guess. I'm assuming that the videos themselves are monetized, but we're talking about these amounts of views. If we go on to most popular, you can see that there's a lot. So 500,000 views would be equal to about £400, which was maybe $600-700. But yeah, you can see 1 month ago this video is from. So I'm probably underestimating the amount that this person is making. 1,000, 2,000 a month, something like that. Pounds, that is. So you can see the potential for this. And if we go over to the oldest, this account has been running for a year. So it's not a bad turnaround if you think about it. Just uploading essentially news videos, cutting videos from certain news programs like Question Time this person has been doing, and just re-uploading them essentially and doing it under fair use. So obviously the UK is quite isolated. The affairs that take place in the UK politics are pretty much they don't spill over outside. A much larger audience obviously is the United States. So the US politics in particular, right now you have Trump, who is doing surprisingly well against Hillary Clinton, both their respective nominees for their parties. And in the coming months, there's about 100 days until the actual election, but they will be debating one another, and before that even happens, Trump has been there's so many quips he's been saying. He attacks people left, right, and center every single day. There's a new news story about him, a new video that comes out. So what I'm essentially saying is that if you're up to date with news, or you don't have to be, you can be, but if you have a particular interest in it, then this is a really good way of making some passive income, some residual income. So as for news sources themselves, specifically for the UK, what I do is I head over to express.co.uk. Now, the Express is a very right-wing, and it's a particularly horrible organization. I hasten to call it news because that's not really what it does. It's just fear-mongering and a lot of nonsense. But what they do is, and this is good because particularly YouTube, the right wing on YouTube are very, very vocal. They like things a lot and they dislike things a lot, and they will let you know their opinion. And this is really, really good. You can capitalize on this. So, like I said, I use the Express, and very often they will be attacking anything left-wing. Anything that a politician says that's on video, they will probably have a video of it, and then they will write a nonsense article about it. But what you can do is you can take the video and re-upload it. And that's what I've been doing. So that's one source specific to the UK. But obviously they have like breaking stories Europe-wide. Every now and again there'll be some stuff from the US, Trump in particular. Another news source that I use is Sky News. Again, lots of videos that are trending. You can go ahead and take them. And of course there's BBC News. So you just need to head over to the video section, the video top stories on all of these, and take them. And then you have, of course you have like Fox News and others. Another thing that I want to mention is that, let's say that you are targeting a US audience, and you're thinking about just more of a right-wing news channel, potentially. And I say news channel. The best way to go about it is to say neutral in these matters. So don't ever have a clickbaity title. Just get the video, upload it, have a normal title, and then a decent description. But going back to the US, now if you were to talk about the US politics in particular, you want to, as well as just keeping up to date with the news, re-uploading videos of what's happening in the world, in the US, in the elections, something that Trump has said, something that Clinton has said. You want the personalities. So you have your Bill O'Reillys, you have your Sean Hannitys, people like that who are very, very opinionated, who are controversial, because that's what attracts people. That's what gets the right talking, that's what gets the left talking. So that's one thing that you need to think about. So what we'll be doing in the next video then is we'll be very, very briefly talking about ways to capture the video if you don't know, a couple of different programs that I use, and then for the final video we'll be talking about marketing your YouTube channel and just getting a little bit of a jump start. This you don't actually have to do, but I'll talk about it anyway, just so that you get an idea of ways to think about expanding.